Merry Christmas, dear. It's already raining Christmas presents. Merry Christmas to you and your family. I wish you all the best this season. I wish you all the love, all of God's blessings, and everything you need to celebrate and have a good Christmas this year. I wish all of that to you. Thank you guys for sticking around with me for this couple of months and weeks. I appreciate you all, and welcome to my channel. My name is Debbie. If you see me for the first time on this channel, I talk about everything success. So that is it. I talk about everything: study abroad opportunities, scholarships, nursing licensing, career growth, and opportunities in anywhere you can think about. So dear, I feel so excited today because I've just renewed my US visa without a visa interview, and this is how you can too. Yeah, good morning. It's 6:28 a.m. in the morning, and I'm headed to the train station to catch my train to go get my passport. I'm super excited. I'm just very expectant this morning, and it's raining. As you can see, it's my first time trying vlogging. I'm not a pro at this. So it's raining, it's still dark, everyone is still sleeping except for those of us that are night crawlers. Oh my goodness. I hope you enjoy this this day with me as I take on the 2-hour 30-minute train ride, almost 3 hours train ride to the DX office. So that's the train station over there. That's the train station over there. And that is my environment. It's still very dark, and I think it's going to be dark until about 8 a.m. thereabout this morning. Yep, and that's where we're headed towards. So basically, you might be eligible for a visa interview waiver if you're renewing your US visa and you meet certain criteria, and this will be determined by your answers to some questions you're going to be asked when you are applying to renew your US visa. And some of the criteria you need to meet is that you must currently hold a visa in the same category you are applying to renew. For example, I just renewed my B1 B2 visa. So if you have a B1 B2 visa and you want to renew the same visa, that's a tourist visa, then you might be eligible for a visa interview waiver. Secondly, the visa you have is not expired, or is expired but not expired for more than 48 months. For me, I wouldn't advise you to leave your visa that long, up to 48 months. That's a very long time. If I'm even a consular, I will ask you to come for visa interview because that has been a very long time. So before I continue, I would just like to let you know that even if you meet all of these requirements, the US consular still reserves the right to invite you for a visa interview after reviewing your document. That is why I'm saying you shouldn't leave it for that long anyway. Thirdly, the passport in which your previous or your current visa is stamped in is not lost, not stolen, or not damaged. You still have the passport and you still have the visa stamped on that passport. Fourthly, you have not been refused a US visa within the last 12 months. That is, if you've applied for any other US visa in 12 months from the day you are applying, and you have not been refused a US visa, then you might be eligible for an interview waiver when renewing your visa. The next criteria is that your name, your date of birth, and the sex, that's your gender, in your US visa or your current US visa is the same as what you have now. If you've changed your name, then you might not be eligible for an interview waiver. If you've also changed your date of birth, or you have changed your sex, maybe previously you used to be a male but now you're now a female, you may not be eligible for a visa interview waiver. You might be called up to the consular to have you interviewed to get your visa renewed. The next point is that you did not have a stamp on your passport, on your visa rather, that says clearance received. What that means is that the US consular must have refused your visa, or seen reasons to refuse your visa previously, and then they kept it and decided to carry out some investigation, and then they did some investigations and realized that maybe you might be eligible for a visa, and they issue you a visa. So that clearance received stamp on your visa, if you have that stamp on your visa, you may not be eligible for an interview waiver. You do not have a criminal record, you have not been arrested or convicted for any criminal reason, and lastly, you have not overstayed your US visa in the United States. Listen, you have not overstayed your US visa in the United States. If you've overstayed your visa ever, then you may not be eligible for a visa interview waiver. So like I said previously, even if you meet all these criteria, the consular still has the rights to call you up to the consular section for an interview after reviewing all of your documents. So how can you apply to renew your US visa? It's just about the same way as you applied for your first visa in the first place. All you just need to do is to complete your DS-160 non-immigrant visa application form on the Department of State, US Department of State website. Complete the form as truthfully and as clearly as possible. You download the confirmation page, and then you head on to the Department of State visa appointment section of the website to schedule a visa interview. So when you go on that site, they are going to ask you a few questions, you're renewing visa, stuff like that, ask you a few questions, and then these are some of the questions that they are going to be asking you. And once you've responded to all of that question, then you're going to have a decision whether or not you're eligible for a visa interview waiver or not. So if you're eligible for a visa interview waiver, the next thing you will need to do is to wait to receive a confirmation email from the consular in the country in which you're applying from to give you a go-ahead order to submit your passport. So they're going to be sending you to some designated courier service agents for you to go drop off your passport in that location. I renewed my visa in the UK, so here in the UK what they use is DX services. So if you're in the UK, this is the service the consular in the United Kingdom uses. So the US consular in the United Kingdom uses. So you go head on to the DX office nearest to you, you go and drop off your passport there. It's all paid for, it's free of charge, you don't have to pay any money to submit. They are going to send you and give you the instruction. Make sure you follow all of the instructions as much and as detailed as possible. You go, if you don't abide by it, your visa application might be refused and you might be asked to come for a visa. I mean, that's why you don't want to go, right?
Newport and Cardiff Central. This train is going for 4 coaches. Platform 10 for the 12:30 Transport for Wales service to Cardiff Central.
So you drop off your passport and then you wait to get your to get an email from the US consular. You have to choose the courier service station where you want your passport, your travel documents sent back to. And once you get an email to say your passport is ready, and then you go to that location and you pick up your passport. And there is also option for you to pay for premium delivery. I didn't choose that option, but you have to pay extra for it. So how long is this process going to take? I'm just going to say you should leave like 1 month for everything to be complete and for you to get your travel document back. It took me just 2 weeks, and part of the delay was from my part because I delayed to go submit my passport. So if I did not delay, maybe it would have taken just maybe like 1 week for me to get my documents back, because it took me about 4 to 5 days before I just submitted my passport. So that was why everything took 2 weeks. So there, if you were like me a few years back, either preparing to go for your US visa interview or planning to apply for your US visa, I'm going to be sharing information about how you can apply for your first US visa, how you can skill that interview on this channel. Just stick around with me, and if you're yet to subscribe to this channel, don't forget to hit on the subscribe button. Don't forget to click on the bell notification so you can be notified each time I upload a new video. And in this season of love, show some love, share this video to all those around that you know might benefit from it, so they can benefit from the information that is in this video. And until I see you next time, don't forget to check this channel for videos about nursing licensing in Canada, in the UK, in the United States of America, in Dubai. And if you're a student looking for scholarship, don't forget to check this channel for scholarship information. So until I see you next time again, take good care of yourself and have the best day ever. Enjoy the season and Merry Christmas to you. Bye.